Sarah finally gives birth to her baby! Hi guys, welcome to another episode. So excited. We are in Genesis 21, where finally God's promise comes true as he has been saying this whole time. And so God, this one's going to be a short one, but God visits Sarah, opens her womb, and she conceives and has Isaac the same time frame that God had said before, as he had promised. And what does Abraham do as the sign of the covenant? So I don't know if you guys have watched my last few videos, but God had made a covenant with Abraham saying he was going to have a son from Sarah. He was going to be a great nation, and the nation is going to live on, and it's going to be like the sands of the sea and the stars in the heavens. So you can't even count it, how large his generation and nation is going to become. And God made a covenant by saying, circumcise your son at 8 days old as a sign of the covenant. And I think there's also some medical reasons why that happens too. But circumcise your son at 8 days old, and this is a sign of his covenant with everyone. And so Abraham does that with Isaac as a sign, so that it's like a sign of the covenant is now a part of you as you live, and it reminds you of God's promise and his continued promise for you in your life. So God's promise comes true. And it's such a beautiful thing. I'm going to go ahead and read it, the chapter. Again, I told you this one was going to be a kind of short one. Because it doesn't go into detail about the birth, which is good. So we're in Genesis 21, verses 1 through 7. The Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did to Sarah as he had promised. And Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age, at the time of which God had spoken to him. Abraham called the name of his son, who was born to him, whom Sarah bore him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac when he was 8 days old, as God had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. And Sarah said, God has made laughter for me. Everyone who hears will laugh over me. And she said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse a child? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age. So there's even a little bit of humor in there. She's like, who would have thunk? And yet God still had promised it, but she's like, it's just kind of weird. She's old. She's probably like, isn't she 99 years old, basically? And he's 100 years old. They're both old. And she has... So this is also a miracle, in a sense, as well. Because she is out of birthingness. And God does the miracle of opening her womb, giving her a son. And not only doing that, but her being able to go to term and have the child and have the strength to have a child at 99 years old is insane. It's not insane, it's a miracle. And I think that's also something, maybe why God had this happen, is to show his power, his might, and his continued, yes, he goes about his promises, but sometimes he does it in the most unconventional ways that us humans would think, to show how good he is, to show how powerful and mighty he is, and to show others around you the miracles that he does, to show that it's a testimony to himself and to others, for others to see. I think there was a bug. If that made any sense. Probably could have worded that very much better. Very much better. But it's just beautiful to see that you've seen throughout this entire, like, past, I don't know, maybe 15 chapters almost, this promise after promise, and God having to remind Abraham and Sarah laughing, and again promising, and Abraham being like, maybe it's going to be from a different woman, and he's like, no, it's going to be from Sarah, and he's like, really, is it from Sarah? And he's like, yes, I'm going to change your names. I'm going to have you circumcise your children. These are a bunch of signs that my promise is coming true. Wait, be patient, and it's going to come to pass how I want it to come to pass, and I want everybody around to see this miracle that I have done for you both. What an amazing God. All right, guys, I told you this was going to be a little bit of a short one, but it's a beautiful one. And I hope you guys stick around for the next couple ones that are coming out this week. Sorry that I haven't been around the past week. I was out of town. But we are back, and guys, I'm excited for what's to come next. There's some really interesting things, and oof, some crazy things are about to happen. Just wait. All right, love you all, and stay safe, and have a great rest of your week.